This is Ben Shalom, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so Martin Bakole fought Carlos Takam on the Tyson Fury-Francis Ngannou undercard. Apparently this fight took stage in an arena, not the main arena. This was like a sub-arena, if you like. Anyway, Martin Bakole stopped Carlos Takam in only 4 rounds. Now, I felt that that's probably what would happen anyway, but what I didn't know until after the fight was that Martin Bakole was actually injured and he only trained for 2 weeks. That explains the 300-pound weight, because last time that he fought, say, a Tony Yoka, he was 25 pounds lighter. So me and many other people presumed that either he weren't training properly or he's been having a good time. However, but it turns out that he's actually injured. So that makes his performance and his win that so much better. So congratulations to Martin Bakole. Now, the first 2 rounds were pretty much Martin Bakole just standing there. He weren't really moving his feet. He was throwing the odd jab, the occasional overhand right, and nothing was really effective on Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam was throwing the more highlight shots that were actually landing on Martin Bakole. But he weren't doing enough to win the opening rounds. I felt that Martin Bakole was dictating it, really. So I gave Martin Bakole the first 2 rounds. Now, at the end of the round, at round number 2, Billy Nelson was telling Martin Bakole, right, now it's time to start moving your feet and start letting your hands go. And he come out in round number 3, and he pretty much put it on Takam, but Takam turned it around and had Bakole up against the ropes and was throwing some big shots. And I think he blew a gasket, is what happened, where Bakole was allowing Takam to throw shots at him. And Takam was winning that round. He really was, where Bakole, it's almost like he was encouraging Takam to keep on throwing. He was smiling at him and nodding at him, saying, yeah, come on, let's go. And I think Takam pretty much blew a gasket, but then Bakole started firing back, and it looked like Takam was in a whole world of trouble for like the last 45 seconds of round number 3, where I do feel that Bakole let Takam off. I think that if Bakole had stepped forward a little bit more, he'd have finished off Takam. He would have done, because he landed some big old shots to Takam's head, and you could see that Takam was in a whole world of trouble. All right. Anyway, round number 4 comes out, and Bakole just goes at him. And he's throwing some big shots. And it's the left that was pretty much predominant in this one. And it was the left to the body that caught Carlos Takam, that took the wind right out of Takam. And you could see that his legs just weren't with him, okay? He was struggling to stand. Bakole was just stalking him, throwing some shots to him. Not all of them were landing, of course, but the referee did stop the fight. And he's right to stop the fight, because Bakole was about to spectacularly knock out Carlos Takam. Now, as I said before, all things considered, the fact that he was injured and only trained 2 weeks for this particular fight, that's fantastic. It is fantastic. Yes, Carlos Takam is 42 years old. Yes, he got knocked out by Derek Chisora, stopped by Joe Joyce and Anthony Joshua, defeated by Arslan Makhmudov and Joseph Parker, and knocked out by Povetkin and all these kind of things. Yeah, for sure. So Bakole was always going to win this fight, but it was a case of when. For me, I felt that Bakole was either going to win by stoppage in the very first half of the fight, but then if Carlos Takam was going to win, which I certainly weren't picking him to, but if he was going to, it would be in the second half of the fight due to the weight of Martin Bakole. But the way that Bakole was starting, where he wasn't really moving around so much, he wasn't wasting energy, that probably wouldn't have happened anyway. So Bakole could have got Takam out of there at any point he wanted to, but it seemed that he just wanted to put on a bit of a show, and he looked good. So well done to him. Well done to Billy Nelson as well, for his advice at the end of round number 2 to come out for round number 3 by moving your feet and throw your hands now. And it was effective. So congratulations to Martin Bakole. It'll be interesting to see what he does next. Who's he going to fight? Obviously, the Makhmudov fight is due to come up as of me recording this particular video, so I don't know that result. So if Makhmudov wins, then I would love to see Bakole versus Makhmudov. That's a fight of 2 big sluggers. I know some people say, well, Takam took Makhmudov the distance, so therefore Bakole should win. Well, firstly, boxing doesn't work that way, but again, Makhmudov, he was injured in that fight as well himself. But hey, it doesn't really matter. I'd like to see that fight. If not, then I'd like to see Bakole take on, say, Anthony Joshua, or take on a Joe Joyce, or a Daniel Dubois, something like that. And with the fact that he's fighting on a TNT Sports, a Queensbury show, if you like, I know Queensbury are not paying for it, but it is a Queensbury show, effectively, and a top-ranked show. They can do that cross-promotion. So they can have Bakole versus Joyce, Bakole versus Makhmudov, Bakole versus Jared Anderson, whatever. Let's see him in a proper fight next against a younger, fresher, more hungrier guy. But anyway, all things considered, as I said, congratulations to Martin Bakole on a 4th round stoppage. The referee was absolutely correct to stop the fight. Absolutely correct. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.